Welcome to Pathways Time with Mrs. Ellis. Okay, you guys are now pros at hard and soft G at the beginning of words because you know if the G is followed by what three letters? E, I, or Y, you know that it could say two sounds. Either one. It could say G, it's hard sound, or J, it's soft sound. So today we're going to talk about something else. Can you believe that? Okay, so again, you're going to need this. We're going to do some segment and write. So get your your dry erase sleeve or a piece of paper and follow along with me, okay? A little recap. I know you guys are so smart. So yesterday when we talked about hard and soft C at the beginning, or not C, sorry, G at the beginning, you know it could say G or J, either one. So we just have to play around to know which one and learn the words. Because when E, I, or Y follow G, they get kind of bossy. But today we're going to learn some more about hard and soft G, okay? But remember how Screech told us it was super tricky at the beginning because it could say either sound, J or G, if it's followed by an E, I, or Y? Well, today we're going to talk about that sound at the end of the word, okay? And the J sound at the end of the word is always, always, always spelled G E. Okay, so when the word like large, it's right here, large. So whenever you see a GE, know it's saying G's soft sound, which is J. Okay, so GE together at the end of the word, it always, always, always says J. And it has to have that E there because without it, if it doesn't have an E, I, or a Y, right, it doesn't tell it to say its soft sound. So whenever you have the J sound at the end of a word, like in large, it has to be spelled with a G and then an E. Okay, so here's another example. K. Ooh, I see what's your name? E, and I see A. So K, A, J, cage. Now E, it's doing double duty because not only is E telling A to say its name, he's saying, hey, 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 Mr. A, what's your name? He's saying to G, he's saying, it's okay, I want you to say the J sound, Mr. G. And G's like, okay. So E is doing double duty. So E is very important because without the E, it would say CAG. But we don't want CAG. We wanted cage. So E has to tell the vowel its name, and he tells G to say your soft sound. So in this one, huge. Huge. E again is doing double duty. He's telling you to say, hey, 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 what's yo name? Okay, and then he's also telling G, because it's at the end of a word, to say J. Huge. And we talked about large. Okay, so now what you're going to do is we're going to sound out some words. And remember, the J sound at the end is always spelled with a G and an E. And they're going to share a sound dot. Okay? So go ahead and make sure you have all your materials. If not, pause the video. Okay. Now, we are going to do some segment and writing. Okay? So, the first word is stage. Stage, like I'm going up on stage. Tell me how many sounds you hear. Age. Stage. Pause the video. I want you to write the word and then check it with mine. Okay, did you hear s at the beginning? I did. St. I heard a blend, but we put them on two different sound dots. St. A. I hear A, the long A sound, so I know it's going to be followed by an E at the end. J. Now, how have we learned how to spell J at the end? Is it G or is it J? Tried to trick you. You're so smart, though, you wouldn't fall for it. It needs to be a G. Then I'm going to move Mr. E right over here next to the G because he's telling A to say its name, and he's telling Mr. G to also say his soft sound, so he's doing double duty. So let's point and say stage, stage. Good job. Did you get it right? All right, if you didn't, that's okay. We're learning. Now this one, sage. Sage is a spice. You might use it when cooking. There's an oil that's sage. Sage. How many sounds do you hear? Sage. Sage. Okay. Pause and then check your spelling. First sound I heard, A. So I'm going to bring down A-E. Now, is that the only way we know how to spell A? It's not, but that's okay, right? We know A-I, we know A-Y. We know it's not going to be A-Y because A-Y is always at the end. A-I usually is just in the middle, so it could be A-I, but we know because we're writing sage, we have the G, so we know we have the J sound at the end, and it's always spelled G-E. So that tells you that you're also going to spell your vowel A-E because we need this E to tell the vowel to say his name. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not going to be spelled A-I like this. Okay, we don't need that I. So, S-A-J, sage. Remember, E is doing, what is E doing? Double duty. Very good. He's telling A to say its name, and he's telling G, you need to say your soft sound. Sage, sage. Okay. Let's do another one. This one is going to be barge. Barge. Like a big ship is sometimes called a barge. How many sounds do you hear? B-arge. Barge. I hear 3 sounds. B. Go ahead and pause. I want you to write it out and then check it, okay? B. R. How am I going to spell the vowel? There's only one way to spell R. Think of our apartment. A-R. Is that how you spelled it? Nice job. B-R-J. Got my J sound at the end of the word, so we know we're going to spell it with a G. And then what letter? Mr. E. Okay. And this word, is E doing double duty? No, he's not, because E does not need to tell the vowel to say its name, right? Because we have 2-letter vowel. We have B-R-J, barge. So E's only duty in this word is to tell G to say its soft sound, J. Okay. B-R-J. Okay. Last one. This word is surge. Surge, like a surge of power. Okay, surge. How many sounds? S-er-j. Surge. Go ahead, write it out, and then check it with mine. S, first sound. How do we know to spell Well, think of our apartment. We have the 3 sisters, I-R, U-R, and E-R. In this word, it's U-R. And if you didn't get that right, that's okay as long as you had one of the apartment sounds, our apartment sister sounds. That's all I care about, right? S-er-j. I have the J sound at the end. How are you going to spell it? With a G-E, of course. Now, is E doing double duty in this word? Nope, he's sure not, because he's not having to tell the vowel to say its name. He's just telling Mr. G to say his soft sound. Surge. Surge. Good job, guys. Now you are experts on reading hard and soft sound words with the letter G, and you know soft and hard C too. So nice.